Hi, it's Jen from Shabby Fabrics with something so extra special many people have been waiting for, asking about. This is Welcome Home in Winter block of the month. I'm so happy that I'm able to have this moment. We really wanted to kick this off years ago. The interruption of COVID really threw us a curveball. I've been waiting for the perfect collection, and it has happened. This quilt, obviously the focus on winter, the snow, the snowmen, the deer, the skating, darling, so much to just study, have fun enjoying this very special season of the year. The fabrics that we chose from this was an unlikely choice. You would think I would be choosing a winter collection. I was looking for that. Well, I saw Forest Chatter by Maywood Studio, a very special collection. Actually, the staff was very involved in creating there. It's a really cool thing they did. And I just fell in love with these teals, the depth of that, the purple mountains, the cobblestone for the pathways. It just was an unlikely marriage, I would say, but you can see it is stunning. Be sure to grab your spot, folks. This is a limited, as always. We grabbed everything we could of Forest Chatter. Let's talk about what you can expect and why you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Perhaps you've already done Welcome Home in spring, summer, and autumn, and you've been waiting to complete your series. Or if you're maybe a newer with us, you're not familiar with those other quilts. Great news. Welcome Home in spring, summer, and autumn are going to be recolored as well. You can know this is either end of your series or the beginning. I love that. As you'd expect, each month you're going to be getting your diagrams, your background fabric, all of this amazing prefused laser cut applique with some extra little specialties I'm going to talk about in just a moment. And then in your final shipment in month 10, here comes the sashing, inner border, outer border, in binding. Well, this is extra special thing I'm talking about. We're doing something new at Shabby Fabrics. We've heard people say, I struggle with hand embroidery. I'm not comfortable. I don't enjoy that. We really put our minds together and we came out with something called a knockout. Basically, things such as the snowman over here that has his smile in his eyes. In the past, that would have involved hand embroidery. What we've done now with our lasers is this beautiful fairy frost shimmer fabric. We've actually cut those holes, and there's a fabric behind that that makes it look as though you've done the hand embroidery, so you can know your smile and your eyes will be just as perfect in your project. I love that. This lovely little buttons here that are the texture on his belly and around the village on each of the doors. Those buttons will be included in your final shipment. We have a lot of these knockouts. We'll pan around the quilt. We have them in all three of our snowmen, the reindeer, we have signs. I want to call your attention to the skating pond. I think this is my favorite quilt block. Of course, I say that with every quilt block, but this one in particular, notice that skate path here, because we really wanted to look like she had just skated that. And how would we do that? That'd be a lot of hand embroidery. And of course, my lines are never as perfectly straight as I would like. This is another knockout here where there's a fabric behind so that you can see this very profound skating path. Let's look at these skates here. Another just amazing creation by our team there in our laser land, we call it here, where they have literally cut out the holes of the skate. You're getting some embroidery floss in your kit to do just a touch of embroidery, mostly French knots, but a little bit of this khaki where you will be able to lace up your skates. How fun is that to give the quilt some dimension? So I just couldn't stop bragging about kind of the extra things we're doing to make your life easier, more fun. And the dimension, obviously, of these skates is just next level. What are your options? We always like to give you options. Backing, of course, this quilt deserves its perfect backing. That is right here on the thread set. That's the 50-weight thread set that we use to stitch down all of our applique shapes. As you would expect, it takes tools and notions to create a quilt like this. So let me just emphasize what really is the most important thing on the table, and that's the light box and the applique mat. We use those in combination with a layout diagram that will be coming to you each month. You'll take your laser shapes, peel off that paper backing. Using your layout diagram, the light box, and the applique mat, we're able to pre-assemble those shapes, bringing them onto the background. You're not guessing where things go by one by one. It's a really cool process. I will be doing some supplemental video, actually even before we kick off our program, showing you those steps and a little bit of the hand embroidery that is included in the project, and there's not much. What else you might want to consider getting, of course, rulers, fresh blade in the rotary cutter, all the things you might need to be successful for the program. The most important thing is get your spot. Limited as always. Grab your backing, your thread set, anything else you might need, and I am so excited to kick this off in January of 2024.